Growing up with my grandparents was a gift that I cherished every day. They were my pillars of strength, always there for me when I needed them the most. After tragically losing my parents at a young age, they took me in and created a home filled with love, warmth, and unwavering support. Hello, my name is Margaret, and this is my story. My grandmother, a gentle and nurturing soul, would wake me up every morning with a sweet smile and a warm breakfast. She would sit with me at the kitchen table, patiently listening to my dreams and aspirations, encouraging me to pursue them fearlessly. "Good morning, my dear," Grandma would say, her voice like a soothing melody. "What wonders do you hope to achieve today?" I would pour my heart out to her, sharing my ambitions and desires. She would listen intently, offering gentle advice and words of encouragement. "Remember, my darling," Grandma would say, her eyes sparkling with wisdom, "the world is your oyster. Never be afraid to dream big and work hard for what you believe in." My grandfather, a wise and compassionate man, would be waiting for me after school. He would regale me with stories of his own youth and the lessons he had learned along the way. I would sit on his lap, feeling safe and loved as he shared his wisdom with me. "Tell me, my little star," Grandpa would say, his voice filled with affection. "What did you learn today? What challenges did you overcome?" I would excitedly share my triumphs and struggles, seeking his guidance and reassurance. He would listen attentively, his eyes twinkling with pride. "Life is full of ups and downs, my dear," Grandpa would say, his voice steady and comforting. "But remember, it's not about the obstacles we face, but how we rise above them. You have the strength within you to conquer anything." Together, my grandparents created a haven of love and support, instilling in me values of kindness, resilience, and determination. They taught me the importance of family, the power of unconditional love, and the joy of cherishing every moment. As I grew older, their lessons stayed with me, guiding me through the challenges I encountered. And when I graduated from college, they beamed with pride, celebrating my achievements as if they were their own. "We always knew you could do it, sweetheart," Grandma said, tears of joy streaming down her face. "Your parents would be so proud of you." "And so are we," Grandpa added, his voice filled with a mix of pride and nostalgia. "You've grown into an incredible young woman, and we couldn't be happier." Their love and support had paved the way for my success, and I was ready to embark on the next chapter of my life with confidence and gratitude. Little did I know that the challenges awaiting me in the professional world would test my strength and resilience in ways I could never have imagined. As I stepped into the corporate world, a mixture of excitement and nerves filled my veins. The office buzzed with activity, and I couldn't help but feel a surge of anticipation for what lay ahead. The friendly faces of my new colleagues welcomed me, and I sensed a camaraderie in the air. "Welcome to the team." One of my colleagues, Sarah, greeted me with a warm smile. "We're so glad to have you here. If you have any questions or need help settling in, don't hesitate to ask." "Thank you so much," I replied, returning her smile. I'm excited to be part of this company and eager to learn. In those early days, I felt a sense of belonging. My colleagues were approachable and supportive, guiding me through the intricacies of my new role. They recognized my potential and treated me with respect, making me feel valued as a member of the team. During lunch breaks, we would gather in the break room, sharing stories and laughter. It was in these moments that I formed friendships that I hoped would stand the test of time. "You're doing great. Keep it up." "Mark," another colleague encouraged me one day, "I've been in this company for years, and I can tell you, you're going to make a real impact here." His words filled me with a sense of pride and determination. I was motivated to prove myself, to contribute to the company's success, and to make a difference in my chosen field. However, little did I know that a storm was brewing, hidden beneath the surface. The calm and welcoming atmosphere would soon be shattered by the arrival of a new manager, someone who would challenge me in ways I had never expected. One morning, as I settled into my desk, my colleague Sarah approached me with a concerned expression. "Hey, "Have you met our new manager yet?" she asked, her voice filled with caution. "No, not yet," I replied, curiosity piqued. "What's she like?" Sarah hesitated for a moment before answering, her tone tinged with unease. "Well, let's just say she has a reputation. She can be tough and demanding. Just be prepared, okay?" I nodded, feeling a mixture of apprehension and determination. I had always believed in facing challenges head-on, and I was ready to prove myself no matter the obstacles. As the day wore on, the whispers about the new manager grew louder. Tales of her managerial style and the fear she instilled in her subordinates circulated throughout the office. I couldn't help but feel a knot of anxiety forming in my stomach. The moment finally arrived when our paths crossed. Our eyes met, and I could sense an instant disapproval in her gaze. It was as if she had made up her mind about me before even exchanging a single word. So you're the new hire," she said, her tone laced with condescension. "Well, let's see if you live up to the expectations set for you." I swallowed the lump in my throat, determined not to let her judgment affect me. I knew I had to prove my worth, and I was prepared to work hard to earn her respect, even if it meant enduring her tough managerial style. Little did I know that this encounter was just the beginning of a tumultuous journey that would test my resilience and push me to my limits. But I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, determined to make my mark and prove that I belonged in this new chapter of my life. As days turned into weeks, the presence of the new manager, Rebecca, cast a shadow over the office. Her disdain for me seemed to grow with each passing day, and I found myself constantly on edge, anticipating her next move. Rebecca wasted no time in asserting her authority. She swamped me with an overwhelming amount of work, piling on deadlines and expectations that seemed impossible to meet. It was as if she wanted to prove a point, to show me that she held the power in our professional relationship. One morning, as I was diligently working at my desk, Sarah, my colleague, approached me with a sympathetic look on her face. "I heard Rebecca talking about you in the break room," Sarah whispered, her voice filled with concern. "She's spreading gossip and making unfair assumptions about your capabilities." "I just wanted you to know." My heart sank, and a wave of frustration washed over me. I had been working tirelessly to prove myself, to prove that I belonged in this company, and yet I felt like I was constantly fighting an uphill battle against Rebecca's biased judgment. Later that day, as I walked past Rebecca's office, I overheard snippets of a conversation between her and another colleague. Their hushed voices carried venomous words that pierced through my already fragile confidence. "Did you see the way she fumbled during the team meeting?" Rebecca sneered. "A newbie like her doesn't stand a chance in this industry. She's out of her depth." My hands clenched into fists, anger coursing through my veins. I wanted to confront her, to defend myself, but I knew that would only fuel the fire. Instead, I took a deep breath, reminding myself of the strength and resilience instilled in me by my grandparents. Days turned into weeks, and the mistreatment continued. Rebecca would strategically redistribute duties, burdening me with extra responsibilities while granting preferential treatment to others. It felt like a never-ending battle, an uphill climb with no reprieve in sight. One particularly overwhelming day, I found myself on the brink of exhaustion, drowning in the workload that Rebecca had heaped upon me. Sarah, noticing my distress, approached me with a mixture of sympathy and determination. "You can't let her get to you," Sarah said, her voice filled with conviction. "I've seen firsthand how talented and hardworking you are. Don't let her undermine your abilities. We're here for you." Tears welled up in my eyes, touched by Sarah's words of encouragement and support. In that moment, I realized that I wasn't alone in this battle. There were allies within the company who believed in me and saw through Rebecca's unfair treatment. Though the road ahead seemed daunting, I made a silent vow to myself. I would rise above the negativity, channeling the strength and resilience that my grandparents had instilled in me. I would prove my worth, not just to Rebecca, but to myself. Little did I know that a life-changing encounter was on the horizon. one that would challenge the power dynamics in the office and set the stage for justice to prevail. But until then, I had to endure, holding on to the belief that my hard work and determination would eventually shine through. Amidst the turmoil of my professional life, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of an upcoming vacation with my colleagues. It was a chance to escape the suffocating atmosphere of the office and immerse ourselves in a well-deserved break. Excitement filled the air as we eagerly anticipated the adventure that lay ahead. We decided on an extravagant hotel situated along the picturesque coastline. It was a place of luxury and serenity, a haven where worries could be momentarily forgotten. Determined to express my gratitude to my grandparents for their unwavering love and support, I had been saving money since my college days for this very occasion. And now the time had come to extend an invitation to them. "Grandma, Grandpa, I have something special planned," I announced, a twinkle of excitement in my eyes. "I want to invite you to join me on this vacation. It's my way of thanking you for everything you've done for me." Tears of joy welled up in my grandmother's eyes as she enveloped me in a warm embrace. "Oh, my dear, we would be delighted to accompany you," she said, her voice filled with love. "To see you flourish and succeed brings us immeasurable happiness." My grandfather, his eyes filled with pride, added, "It would be an honor to be a part of this special occasion. You have worked hard, and this is a well-deserved treat for yourself and for us." With their blessings and anticipation in our hearts, we embarked on a journey that promised to create cherished memories. As we arrived at the hotel, the grandeur of the surroundings took our breath away. The sun-drenched coast stretched before us, a tranquil paradise that offered respite from the chaotic world we left behind. We were greeted by the friendly staff, who ensured that our every need was attended to with utmost care. While settling into our rooms, I couldn't help but notice a familiar face in the hallway. It was Rebecca, my manager, seemingly out of place amidst the luxurious ambiance. A sense of unease washed over me as I anticipated a potential confrontation. Rebecca's eyes widened in surprise as she noticed me approaching. With a smirk, she exclaimed, Well, look who we have here. A newbie like you doesn't belong in a place as prestigious as this. I'd expect you to be more comfortable in a dirty motel down the road." Her words stung, but before I could respond, my grandfather, sensing my distress, intervened. "I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation," he said, his voice firm and authoritative. "I will not stand by and allow my granddaughter to be treated in such a disrespectful manner. I happen to be the chairman of the committee from the company that utilizes your firm's services, and I assure you, I will take appropriate action to address this incompetence." Rebecca stood there, dumbfounded, unable to utter a single word. It was a moment of triumph, a glimmer of justice that I never expected to witness. The vacation unfolded as a blissful escape from the troubles of the office. We basked in the warmth of the sun, indulged in delicious meals, and shared laughter that echoed against the backdrop of crashing waves. It was a time to relax, rejuvenate, and bond with my grandparents, creating memories that would be etched in our hearts forever. Little did I know that this vacation would not only be a temporary escape, but also a turning point in my professional journey. The confrontation in the hallway would set in motion a series of events that would lead to a reckoning, reshaping the dynamics within the office. But for now, I reveled in the joy of this vacation, grateful for the love and support that surrounded me. The echoes of the ocean waves lingered in my mind as we returned from our rejuvenating vacation. Though the office awaited our arrival, there was a newfound resilience within me, a strength born from the love and support of my grandparents. Little did I know that an unexpected encounter awaited me upon my return, one that would bring a long-awaited resolution to the challenges I had faced. As I stepped into the office, I noticed a shift in the atmosphere. Whispers traveled through the hallways, and curious glances were exchanged. It seemed as though something significant had taken place in my absence. Soon enough, the director of the company, Mr. Anderson, requested a meeting with me. My heart raced as I entered his office, unsure of what awaited me on the other side of the door. To my surprise, Rebecca, my former manager, sat there with a noticeable tension in her demeanor. "Please have a seat," Mr. Anderson gestured, his voice measured yet firm. "I must inform you that I have been made aware of the incidents that occurred during your time working under Rebecca's management." Rebecca's eyes darted between Mr. Anderson and me, a hint of unease flickering across her face. It was clear that her actions had not gone unnoticed. "I have received reports from your colleagues, as well as from your grandparents, who happen to be esteemed members of the committee that utilizes our firm's services," Mr. Anderson continued. "They have shed light on the unjust treatment you endured and the toxic work environment created by Rebecca." Rebecca squirmed in her seat, a mix of embarrassment and frustration etched on her face. She realized that her actions had finally caught up with her. "I want to assure you that such behavior will not be tolerated in this company," Mr. Anderson stated firmly. "I have decided to terminate Rebecca's employment effective immediately." The weight of those words hung in the air, a profound moment of justice and vindication. I felt a mixture of relief and satisfaction, knowing that the mistreatment I endured would no longer plague me or my colleagues. Rebecca, her voice laced with desperation, attempted to defend herself. "But Mr. Anderson held up a hand, cutting her off. "I've heard enough. Your actions have caused harm and created a toxic environment. Such behavior has no place in this company." Rebecca slumped in defeat, realizing the consequences of her actions. She had underestimated the strength and unity within the office, as well as the influence my grandparents wielded. As the meeting concluded, Mr. Anderson turned his attention to me. "I want to personally apologize for the treatment you endured. Your dedication and work ethic have not gone unnoticed. In light of recent events, I believe it is fitting to offer you the managerial position that Rebecca held." Shock and elation coursed through my veins. The recognition and trust bestowed upon me were beyond what I had ever imagined. It was a testament to my perseverance and the unwavering support of my colleagues. "Thank you, Mr. Anderson," I managed to say, my voice filled with gratitude. "I am honored by your trust, and I am honored by your trust, and I promise to contribute my best to the success of this company." With that, a new chapter unfolded before me, one filled with opportunity and growth. I knew that challenges lay ahead, but armed with the lessons learned from my past experiences, I was ready to embrace them with a renewed sense of determination. As I stepped out of Mr. Anderson's office, I felt a wave of relief wash over me. The unsettling encounter with Rebecca had reached its resolution, and I could finally focus on leading my team with fairness and compassion. Little did I know that this unexpected turn of events would shape not only my career, but also the relationships and dynamics within the office, forever altering the trajectory of my professional journey. The promotion to the managerial position brought with it a newfound sense of purpose and responsibility. I was determined to create a work environment where fairness, respect, and collaboration thrived. It was a chance to rectify the injustices I had faced and pave the way for a brighter future. With enthusiasm and determination, I began implementing changes within the team. I encouraged open communication, fostering an atmosphere where ideas were valued and contributions were acknowledged. The toxic remnants of Rebecca's management style slowly dissipated, replaced by a culture of mutual support and growth. One afternoon, as I walked through the office, I noticed Sarah, my colleague, sitting at her desk with a look of frustration etched on her face. Sensing her distress, I approached her with concern. "Sarah, is everything all right?" I asked, my voice filled with empathy. Sarah sighed, her eyes reflecting a mix of disappointment and resignation. "I've been struggling with a particular project. It feels like no matter what I do, it's never enough. The constant pressure and criticism have taken a toll on my confidence." My heart went out to Sarah, as I understood all too well the burden of such experiences. I pulled up a chair next to her, offering support and understanding. "I want you to know that your contributions are valuable. I assured her. Your hard work and dedication have not gone unnoticed. Together, we will find a solution and overcome these challenges. You are not alone in this. A glimmer of hope shone in Sarah's eyes as she realized she had an ally, someone who genuinely cared about her well-being and success. It was a small step towards creating a workplace where everyone felt heard and supported. As time went on, the positive changes in the office culture began to reverberate throughout the company. Colleagues from different departments took notice of the transformation, and soon, our team became a beacon of inspiration for others. One morning, I received an unexpected email from Mr. Anderson, the company's director. He requested a meeting to discuss the recent developments within our team. Nervous yet excited, I entered his office, unsure of what awaited me. "Please have a seat," Mr. Anderson welcomed me, a smile playing on his lips. "I wanted to commend you on the remarkable turnaround you've achieved within your team." The positive impact is evident, not only in their productivity, but also in their overall well-being. I couldn't help but feel a surge of pride at his words. To know that our efforts had created a ripple effect throughout the company was beyond gratifying. In light of these achievements, I would like to offer you a seat on the company's advisory board, Mr. Anderson continued. Your insights and leadership have proven invaluable, and I believe your perspective will greatly contribute to our future endeavors. I was stunned, my mind struggling to process the significance of the opportunity before me. It was an invitation to have a voice at the highest level, to influence the company's direction and foster positive change on a broader scale. "Thank you, Mr. Anderson," I managed to say, a mix of gratitude and excitement in my voice. "I am humbled and honored by this opportunity. I will do everything in my power to fulfill this role and make a positive impact on our company's future." As I left Mr. Anderson's office, I couldn't help but reflect on the journey that led me to this moment. From facing injustice and mistreatment to now standing against it and effecting change, it was a testament to the strength of resilience and the power of unity. Little did I know that this chapter would mark not only a personal triumph, but also the beginning of a lifelong commitment to fairness, compassion, and fighting against the injustices that mar the professional world. As I settled into my role on the company's advisory board, a sense of purpose and determination filled my being. It was a platform to advocate for fairness, equality, and positive change within the organization. With each meeting and discussion, I sought to make a lasting impact, ensuring that the voices of employees were heard and their rights protected. One day, during a particularly important board meeting, a topic was raised that struck a chord deep within me: the issue of workplace harassment. It was a pervasive problem that had plagued the company for far too long, silently eroding the well-being of countless individuals. With fervor and conviction, I shared my concerns and proposed a comprehensive plan to address and eradicate harassment from our workplace. My fellow board members listened intently. Recognizing the urgency of the matter, I believe it is our responsibility as a company to foster an environment where every employee feels safe, respected, and protected, I stated, my voice unwavering. We must establish clear policies, provide thorough training, and create a support system for those who experience harassment. It is time to hold ourselves accountable and prioritize the well-being of our employees. There was a collective nod of agreement around the table, signaling a shared commitment to rectify the situation. It was a pivotal moment, a step towards a more inclusive and equitable workplace. As the weeks passed, the board worked diligently to implement the new policies and procedures. Training sessions were conducted, raising awareness about harassment and providing employees with the tools to prevent and address such issues. Anonymous reporting mechanisms were put in place, ensuring that victims could come forward without fear of retaliation. The impact of these changes began to unfold. Employees felt a renewed sense of security and trust, knowing that their concerns would be taken seriously. A culture of accountability and respect began to permeate the company, and instances of harassment steadily declined. One afternoon, as I walked through the office, I noticed a young colleague, Emily, who appeared distraught. Sensing her distress, I approached her with genuine concern. "Emily, is everything okay?" I asked softly, offering a comforting smile. She hesitated for a moment, then took a deep breath. "I've been facing harassment from a senior colleague, but I've been hesitant to report it. I'm afraid it will affect my career and relationships within the company." I understood her fear all too well, having experienced similar doubts in the past. With empathy and reassurance, I responded, "Emily, I want you to know that you are not alone in this. Our company now has comprehensive policies in place to address such issues, and I am here to support you every step of the way. Your well-being and career should never be compromised due to harassment." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she realized the support and solidarity available to her. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice trembling. I didn't know where to turn, but knowing that someone understands and cares means the world to me. Together, we filed a formal report and initiated an internal investigation. The process was thorough and transparent, ensuring a fair and unbiased evaluation of the situation. The perpetrator was held accountable for their actions, facing appropriate consequences that sent a powerful message throughout the company. Word spread of the outcome, reinforcing the message that justice would prevail and that no one would be above the principles of fairness and respect. The collective efforts of employees, the advisory board, and management had brought about a significant change in the company's culture. As I reflect on the journey that led me to this moment, I am reminded of the adversity I faced, the support I received from my grandparents, and the determination that fueled my fight against injustice. It is a reminder that with resilience, compassion, and unwavering commitment, positive change is not only possible but also essential. In the end, justice prevails, and the company I once joined as a hopeful graduate has transformed into a beacon of equality and empowerment. It is a testament to the power of standing up for what is right, and a reminder that our collective actions have the potential to reshape not only our workplaces, but also the world around us.